Hello everybody, let's watch grog.You. You're gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch you, and please subscribe. Peace out.
Rhymes with grog. I call this one a ride. Rhymes with grog.
That doesn't really
I call this an air fryer. Rhymes with grog.
Ooh, I like that one.
I call this a droideka.
What?
Rhymes with grog.
Where are you getting these things?
I call this one the Southern Border Crisis.
Oh!
Rhymes with grog.
Why are you doing this to me?
I call it cyanide. Rhymes with grog.
Please help.
I call this a bug's life. Rhymes with a grog's life.
All right, you know what? That's
And I
enough.
call this
No, seriously, please stop. All right, all your ideas are terrible. Just enough.
I call it curb stomping.
Ah! No.
Rhymes with grog. I call this getting mugged. Rhymes with grog.
I can't feel my anything.
And I call this an A10 warthog. Rhymes with grog. I call this one a slip and slide. Grog.
There's only pain.
I call it a good dad. Right.
Are you sure? I don't understand any of this.
I call it peak.
Yes.
Rhymes with grog.
Somebody please kill me.
And I call this
You
one
wanna vote?
rhymes with grog. Rhymes with grog.
The
You
release
what?
of death.
I call it style. Rhymes with grog. My bones. I call it
12,036.
rhymes with grog. I call this a pixie stick. Rhymes with grog. And I call this one crude stew.
Does that rhyme with grog?
And I call this Battlefront 3. I want it. Now. And I call this a thug. Rhymes with grog.
Gang.
I call this one crippling depression. I call this a Part 49 leak. Rhymes with grog. And I call this one.
Oh, seriously, I beg of you. Please put an end to this nightmare.
I call it Xbox.
Ah!
I call this hospital
No!
visit.
Stay away from me!
We're going on an adventure.
Ah!
I call it a pug. Rhymes with grog. I call it a Switch too. Rhymes with grog.
Overpriced games.
And I call this one rhymes with grog too. Rhymes with grog. Two. The endless cycle continues. I call these younglings. Rhymes with grog.
Just pull the plug.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with grog. And I call this a job application. Does not rhyme with grog. I call it dementia. Rhymes with grog. And I call this an ender pearl. Rhymes with grog.
What did I do to deserve this torment?
I call this Afghanistan.
Ah! Why are we even here?
That's the question we were asking for 20 years.
Ah!
I call it dementia. Rhymes with grog. I call this one the moonwalk. Rhymes with grog.
If we could curse on this channel, I would be.
I call this a peanut allergy. Rhymes with
Grog 8, so click 5.
I call this cheating death.
What?
Rhymes with grog.
You came back from the dead just to keep torturing me?
Have you seen the views these videos get? We're gonna milk this thing for every drop we can.
Ah!
Yeah! Call this a mug. Rhymes with grog.
Ah!
Call this hair loss. Rhymes with grog.
Why am I alive?
I call it foreshadowing. Rhymes with grog.
Oh,
I call it arson. Rhymes with grog. I call this one rhymes with grog 3. Rhymes with grog. Tree.
What?
Grog tree. I call this therapy.
So how have you been feeling since our last...
That one doesn't rhyme with grog either. I call this the entire Crudes movie.
Good movie. Oh, yeah, it's great.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with grog. And I call this one a grog. Rhymes with grog. Hi, Grog. Hey, Grog. Looking good, Grog.
Why are there two of you?
I call this a chug jug. Rhymes with grog, Grog. Well, cool idea, Grog. Thanks, Grog. I love you, Grog.
Please let me die, Grog.
And I call this a shameless plug. Rhymes with grog.
Go to BluntRoseProductions.com.
And I call this running for president.
Grog Crude promises to be a man of the people, for the people. And he dreams of seeing our nation united as one, rhyming with grog.
I would like to let the American people know that my opponent is a frog.
Hello? Don't think. Vote grog.
I am Grog Crude, and I approve drunk driving. I would vote for you, Grog. Thanks, Grog. I call it the atomic... these stairs. Rhymes with grug. Oh, I call this aura farming. Rhymes with grug.
Oh, where's part 50?
I call this one rhymes with grug 4. Rhymes with grug door. And I call this one the bite of 87.
The what?
Rhymes with grug. And I call this one tax evasion. Ooh, that one really rhymes with grug. I call this a loser.
Hey!
And I call this one being scared of women. Rhymes with grug.
Wait, are you actually scared of women?
Ah! Women? Where? And I call this ASMR. Rhymes with grug. And I call this one a lifturator.
Oh, a normal one.
And I call this one Lego.
Why are we all blocky? I don't like it.
Rhymes with grug.
Grug? Grug, you can't leave me like this. Change me back. Grug? Grug!
I call it dementia. Rhymes with grug. And I call this one the client list. And I call this one the high ground.
Please, no more. I'm begging you.
Rhymes with grug. I call this one a hug.
Oh, no, get away from me. No. Oh, this is actually kind of nice.
Crud. Rhymes with grud. Ah! The Lego part was animated by DB Films. Go to his channel now. Rhymes with grud.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and leave a like. Peace out, everybody.